Welcome to the Scott Townsend Show, brought to you by Dietzo Man Productions.
I'm not a genetic, I don't have a genetic advantage to get lean. When I get lean for a show, it is nothing short of hell on earth. I mean, it is. My fiance, Reagan, she is still eating a ton of carbs. All she's done is up her cardio just a little bit, and she is ridiculously out of this world shredded. So when you look at that, and they say, people's like, oh, I don't have good enough genetics to get results. I'm like, false. I got results, and I don't have superstar genetics.
Welcome back to the Scott Townsend Show. Today I have with me on our segment on health and fitness and nutrition, the co-host for this segment, Nolan Townsend. Nolan, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been real interesting, the last two segments on health and nutrition, fitness. Nolan is a competitor in the bodybuilding business, or in the shows at least. He's competed more than a few times. So I thought it'd be interesting to have Nolan on and just use him as the expert to guide myself and maybe, anybody else along the way to better lifestyle, health and fitness. I will say this at the beginning: before you do anything, you should check with your doctor first before you engage in any kind of health, fitness, nutrition, supplement type regimen. With that being said, though, Nolan has come up with a meal plan for me. Last week we talked about breakfast, which consisted of 8 ounces of steak, 3 eggs, oatmeal, 100 grams of oatmeal, and 80 grams of blueberries. Oh, I forgot to mention the toast and the almond butter, which you recommended instead of the cream cheese.
Uh-huh.
So we got that out of the way last week. If you want to listen to the last episode, you can check that out and hear Nolan's comments on the importance of breakfast and the nutritional value in the meal plan that he suggested. So this week we're talking lunch. So thanks for the lunch menu there, Nolan.
Yeah.
Last week the funny thing was I had that big huge bowl of oatmeal that I was measuring out wrong, and so today, starting out on the lunch thing, that Uncle Ben's rice that you can microwave in the pouch. That's very convenient.
Yeah, it's good stuff too.
Yeah. 6 ounces of chicken breast, 300 grams of jasmine rice, weighed cooked, 4 ounces of organic avocado, and 90 grams of green beans. Okay, so I got the 6 ounces of chicken. That was good. There's a lot of chicken. 300 grams of jasmine rice. So here's the Uncle Ben's package, and that's 240 grams, just shy of 300 that you recommended.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's pretty good. 200 to 3,
Yeah.
Unless you really want me to get that 300, I'll microwave another bag of Uncle Ben's.
Yeah. As we get more like the whole meal plan in, then you'll probably want that 300.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 ounces of organic avocado. Well, we had an avocado, but it's not ripe yet, so I couldn't do that one.
Yeah.
And 90 grams of green beans. So so you're going to kill me on this one. So since we were out of green beans, I just thought, I'll just eat some corn.
Put the corn in there.
But I didn't even look at the grams on this thing until I got through. And I'll tell you what, right now I am so full I can hardly talk. This is 425 grams of corn, and you were only wanting me to do 90 grams of green beans. I looked at the can after I got through eating. I was like, oh my God, what was I doing? So these are funny mistakes that, as you start these meal plans and stuff, you're going to make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just learn from it, laugh at it, move on.
I had a client who I had him on these meals at 200 grams of jasmine rice, right? And he calls me. He's like, "Man, this is so much rice. Like, I'll eat it if you say, but man, I just feel like this is a lot of rice." It's like 200 grams. Man, it's not that. Just get it down. It's not that big of a deal. And it's a bigger guy. He's about my size, so that's just be no problem. And I go over to his house. It's like he keeps on complaining about the rice. I said, "Okay, show me how you make your rice." And he weighs out the rice dry, 200 grams. So after it cooked, it was like 660 grams of rice. Chicken. He's eating a bowl like.
Oh my God. Yeah, I believe it. If you can either just misread your scale or you don't understand the dry versus the wet. And, so
Yep.
the learning curve that, everybody goes through.
And there's a bonus to the story. So he was drinking a lot and he was eating a lot of fast food. So I took him off all that. And we were doing body fat percentage scans for him. So when we started out, he was, I forget, let's just say he was 25%. He dropped in 4 weeks. We went measured again. And the whole 4 weeks, he was just punishing himself with 660 grams of rice per meal. Just lost 3% body fat, just switching the whole foods and stopping the alcohol. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, eating till he pops, losing fat all the while.
Oh my gosh. That is insane.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, that just goes to show what can happen when you're cut out the bad stuff and increase the good stuff. But right now, man, I'm full. It's 2:54 right now, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I probably won't eat dinner tonight, And then I got 2 more meals coming, according to your plan. Meal prep. This is really big. This is a big deal. People, if they want to eat right, I'm noticing that I need to think about fixing this stuff ahead of time, so I'm not spending my time cooking all the time. Just put it in a Tupperware, microwave it, I guess, whatever, and then you can eat it. And that'll save you so much time if you'll just if I'll just take a little bit of time on a Saturday or a Sunday to cook stuff up, divide it all up.
Everybody has that day, or hopefully it has a day where they have some kind of time. For me, it's Mondays. Both places I don't open that I work at on Mondays, so that's when I'll bake my chicken, and my potatoes, rice, whatever I'm doing carb wise for the week, and then there's like your Uncle Ben's rice. I have these VD rice trays. They're 300 grams, microwavable. Boom. So comes Friday, Saturday, and I'm running out of my prep. I'll just throw that in there, as I'm getting ready for work, and then come out, throw in the Tupperware, out the door.
So what's it called? VD rice? Oh, VT. Okay. Thai jasmine rice. Okay. I got it. Okay.
300 grams on the money.
Right there, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I'm going to look for that. VT. I'll put that down in the show notes down below. And I'll put down Nolan's meal plan for me in the show notes. If those of you watching, listening can look it over and see if you want to try something or a variation thereof. The organic avocado. How do you get that? I mean,
so we have, what's the brand? Holy Guacamole. They make these. It's organic, vacuum sealed little cups of avocado. It's really good. They come in 2-ounce portions, and they have grocery store year round. It's it's like in the guacamole section. Just make sure they also make guacamole cups. Make sure you're getting the pure avocado.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just doing the fruit kind of thing,
Yeah, I mean that works too. Yeah. I don't have much time on my hands to keep preparing that,
Right.
But the cool thing about the cups is they are fully organic and everything. So I mean, it's you're not cutting any corners there. It's just a little more expensive.
As far as baking your chicken thighs, chicken breast, whatever, do you have a preference on those two?
I like to do tenderloins.
Oh, tenderloins. Okay.
Yeah, chicken breast totally works too. Tenderloins and breasts are the leaner meats. Those are the ones that I would do. And I'll buy 5 pounds of tenderloins.
Okay.
And I have this big tray, and I just put them all on the tray and put in the oven 425 degrees for 21 minutes.
All right. Okay.
And it's done. and that's chicken. So that's a lot of work cut out for the week already done. And I like tenderloins just because of how they cook. Chicken breast is thick, so run the risk of maybe not cooking all the way through, it being still raw in the center. So when I'm like fast cooking, I don't have time to worry about stuff like that. So these are only this thick.
Yeah.
And so they cook. I don't even check them anymore. I just.
So if you go to the meat section, chicken, they'll have chicken tenderloins separated, just like the chicken breast.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Tenderloin it is.
Yep. Breast works too. I find tenderloins more convenient.
Before we continue, the best way to support the Scott Townsend Show is by telling friends, family members, and becoming a patron at patreon.com/the Scott Townsend Show. So yeah, we have awesome perks, personalized videos, personalized episodes, all kinds of cool stuff at different tier levels. Patreon allows us to do the show full-time, part-time, anytime. So thank you so much for your support. What time of day do you usually eat lunch, or would you recommend a person like myself eat lunch?
Really, it depends. Like, so I guess, work day starts at 9. Yeah.
8, 9.
8, 9. So, really just, towards, if you have your breakfast at 7, I like to do 3-hour meal splits. So then I, M2 maybe at 10 o'clock. And then, so that makes lunch at around 1. And then put M4 at 4, and then M5 at 7. And then then you get to, your blood sugars get to drop before you go to sleep, and you get a good night's sleep.
So no ice cream or anything at night? No dessert?
Nah. Sleep killer.
Huh?
That's a sleep killer.
Yeah. And like I mentioned in the last episode, I've noticed that my dream, I'm dreaming a lot. It's crystal clear. They kind of make sense, and I can remember them.
Yeah.
And it's all started when I started eating, better. So, as long as I don't start having nightmares, I guess that'll be all right. But I don't remember those. What else about lunch do we need to know about?
Oh, just getting it in. I like to. The best thing is making sure you have a realistic ability to eat your prepped meal. So everybody has different work situations. So I like to make sure I got a microwave nearby, or know where I can get to a microwave at that time, and that I'm not pissing off the boss that I got to go heat up my food or something.
Yeah.
And so just kind of like making it realistic, making it to where you can go, eat it up. You're not in trouble, and you can get it quick, eat it, just setting up your environment so you can have that meal and not skip it. And then now you're stacking meals after work, and, you're eating meal 7 at 10 p.m., going to bed at 10:30. It's just like, not it.
But I think if you communicate with the people around you that you're working with and working for, I think they'll work with you. If they don't, that's unfortunate. But for the most part, I think they would. Don't you?
Yeah, and it's not the end of the world if you only got 2 hours between meals. I mean, it's still a decent amount of time. As long as you're not eating your last meal right before bed, and you had some kind of balance throughout the day.
Yeah,
just body a chance to do its thing.
Anything else on lunch, on this lunch meal plan?
Just don't reach for the sodas. That's it.
Stay away from the vending machines.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like packaged foods, man. There's 99% chance that it is going to be pretty bad. There are some things out there, all organic, nuts and seeds bars. I've seen them, but I doubt that those are going to be at your office.
Right. And people aren't probably going to be reaching for them if they are in there. All right, Nolan. Well, for more information, how do people get in touch with you?
Instagram is Nolan Townsend. And then my email is Nolan, NOLAN .Townsend23@gmail.com.
So you take on clients now, is that right?
I do. I take on clients and do, I'll write diet protocols for people, trying to get healthy, lose weight. Usually those are both go together. But sometimes not. Sometimes people are healthy with their weight, but their HDL and LDL cholesterol are concerning and stuff like that. So we can make diets for that too. So
Do you meet
yep.
with? Do the people have to be physically there and with you, or do you do remote stuff like what we're doing here?
Yeah, I do. I'll do remote. Of course, in person is cool, but remote it works as well. Just a phone consultation. I'll just see what's going on and what needs to be changed.
We haven't even gotten to the weightlifting part, muscle building and all that stuff. We're still just talking about nutrition, which you said was what 80% of the battle is the nutrition part, which is crazy.
Yeah, let's get healthy first so we can recover from that training and actually see results. Yeah,
That's right. Because when you're working out, you're actually tearing your stuff down.
yeah, yep. And if you're chasing a workout with Cokes and processed foods, now you got all kinds of things you got to recover from. And I don't understand why I'm so tired all the time.
So give yourself a break. Yeah. All right. Well, Nolan, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
So for Nolan Townsend, this is Scott Townsend. Thanks for watching, listening to the Scott Townsend Show. Have a great day. Everything's going to be all right. And we'll talk to you later.
The Scott Townsend Show is a Dietzo Man production. For more episodes, visit the Scott Townsend Show YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
The Scott Townsend Show. Anet şerit değiştirmeden önce omzunuzun üzerinden baktığınızdan emin olun.